Good day, everybody. Welcome to AutoCAD class. So I'm going to take you guys through AutoCAD as a computer-aided design software. So it is used for aiding designers to draw using a computer. So now the first thing that you have to learn, you have to go through today is the basics. When you come, you have to know your tools and utilities, anything you need, and how to set up your drawing page. First, when you open your AutoCAD software, you open a drawing template, that is this, or if you have any drawing templates of this. The mostly one that we commonly use for engineering is these two, ACAD ISO, the one, or you just open directly. So now this area we're saying is our drawing arena. This is where you perform all the drawings you are going to work on. Why this is your command line. This is where you type the command to be executed. And this is your status bar. Sorry about that. This is your status bar. This is where all the effects you want to happen in, like, I don't want this grid, turn it off. You can see there's no more grid anymore. Turn this on, there is a grid. So this is your tools bar, your drawing tools bar. These are modifying. These are annotation. This is what you use for dimension and lettering. This is for layers. This is a block. This, if you want to draw an item block like a circuit and all that, that is standard. This is for it. And these are properties. Properties that you need to define the drawings, like the line, the circle. This property you use. What is a menu bar? This is where you want to save as and all that. They are already here. So now let's go into the drawing tools. Sorry, before that, this is your UCS icon. That is user control cursor here. So this is like you use like a map, like performs make use it like this. What I'm working on now, what I'm doing is the top view of it. So if you click this out, you got the front. What we're working on the top view, we're using only the Y axis and the X axis. So we can go back. So now then let me show, there's something else again. You have to have, if you have a normal mouse apart from your trackpad, if you click the middle shifter, when it comes to, if you zoom backward, if you run backwards, you zoom out. If you run in frontward, you zoom in. If you click down, you become a pan where you can grab and move around the surface. Now let's go to line. So this is a line. This is where you make your lines. Make a line, straight line this way. Make this way. Make this way. Like if you want to make a line that with a dimension. So before that, let me show you. If you click to this is a select windows. The green is a select windows. Anything that you click, then you move. Select anything on that point. But if you click you move to the right side, most of the item you have selected will not be highlighted. You can see that. But if you move from the right to left, you can see this way, it's highlighted. You can see it's highlighted. Yes. So now let's remove this, and this is an eraser. Until you highlight, if you click on erase, you erase it out. So now let's click on a line. Let's make a line with a dimension. But before that, let's edit our workspace. So we have to go your command line that is here. Sometimes you don't need to click on the command line, just type directly. So let's look for the units. So this is the units here. So now this is it. So we're in decimal. So I don't like to have 0.00. I want to reduce it in case I want to put a dimension on it. So I drop it to 0. So now when using inches as the units scale. So the ones I do use is millimeter. You can put meter here. You like using meter, centimeter, feet, and all that. But one I do use is millimeter mostly. So I left it in decimal. I prefer decimal. You have the architecture, you have the engineering, you have the fractional, and the scientific. So I should just leave it like decimal. So now let's make a rectangle. So click this place, my cursor, paste. So type let's make it 100. So you can see it is 100. So let's go upwards. Let's make it let's make the up to be 50, or let's say 60. Click enter, type enter. So the base, the length is 100, while the height is 60. So let me use dimension. Click on it. Let me click on this too. So the dimension it. So that you have to, if you want to get that menu, you have to right click to get the menu. So for you to exit or cancel, or sometimes if you don't want to click enter, you just click on that point. So you can see it's giving me 100 because I type in 100 for the base length, and the height I say 60, and I give it 60. That's what I have. So there's one other thing again. Let's highlight this and erase it from the surface. Now, if you want to start making some other like angle, radius, and all that, there is this restrict cursor specific angle. So this mine is off. That's why you can see my lines and all. So the one that is vertical is not that horizontal. So in that aspect, there's sometimes if it's off, there's another aspect. There's another form of attending of typing it to make it accurate. If your cursor this is not on, there's another form of it. But we're going to this one is one of the easiest form and one of the fastest way for you to be like quick with your work. Those ones this with code and all that. So we'll go through this first of all. So turn it on. So if you can see now, turn it on. So if I go line again, if I click a point, you can see this green line. Earlier it was not on then. So you can see the green line. This is because of the angle I picked. That's why these green lines are this one. You can see now is the angle at 5. If I lift it up more, the angle at 15, angle at 20, angle because of the angle I picked. So if I click down here, so you can see I picked 10, that is in 5 interval. Then it keeps showing. Now let me pick at let me say I should pick 45, 90, 100 and 135 and 180. So now if I click, this is horizontal, this is at 0 points. You can see it there. So if I go upward, if I just when I get close to 45, the green lines don't pop up. So you can see it now. If I get close to 90, 180, the green lines gonna pop up. I see it now. If I move, I get as 90 degree. If I go to 135, it's gonna pop up. You can see it now. But it gets 180, see it now. So that is how you can get some accurate angles when you're using line command and all that. Okay. So we have the polling line. The polling line. Most of the time you may not use this. Not this is relevant, but it's not always in use that much. Because that we have the polling line. So we have circle, we have the circle, we have the arc, we have that. So let's try to make let's make a drawing out of it. Let's make a drawing. Let's make a drawing so that I can use most of the diagram, most of the tools. Sorry. So I want to construct the octagon square. So let me pound this and move this aside. Octagon square. This way. Make this 100. Vertical. 100. 100. I'm sorry. lines are not straight. So erase, pick point 100. See 100. Come back to this point here. So pick the center. We have to demarcate it to get the middle. This point. See. Pick another one. Sometimes you can pick big center line. See. We got this. So now we're going to use an arc because we're going to get a polygon. The circle that cuts in between this. You all should use let's use circle. Let's use center circle. So mind you, it depends on what you're working on. There are so many forms of which this is 2 point, this is 3 points, this you can see them. This tan and gent, like tangent and radius. So between 2 points, those are the things depending on what you're working on, depending on which kind of angle what you're drawing. This is where all these are useful, including this. All these are useful. So I want to use this now. So click this point, the middle here. So you may be asking yourself, what is this arrow thing that will show that aid me in this drawing to make all this drawing? So those stuffs are in here. This snap cursor. It helps. You can see this midpoint. If I turn this up, off, I'll be not able to get an accurate drawing like this. Let's turn it off this way. It's off. Now you can see I can't. Let me click a second now. You can see there's no more green stuff anymore. There's no more. Those things are no more appearing anymore. So let me turn it back on. Now it's on. Click on this point. You can see it. You can see it like this is intersection because my intersection cursor is on. That's why it's showing this form. You can see it. You can see it. This is it intersection. If I turn it off, I will not get it. See, I will not get it. It's going to give you a perpendicular point. So from this point to this point, so it's straight to that point, so it's perpendicular to it. So if I turn this perpendicular off, I will not still get it. This is it. See, so you got this is the midpoint because the midpoint means that this point, these 2 points here, the distance from the midpoint from this point to this point is here. That means they are equal. It's equal. That's why you get the midpoint. So we should just continue. Got to this point. So sometimes if you want to go back, you want to use your previous, and without you going back here, you can still click enter. You can see if I click this point, it will form circle because that's my last command that I used. It. So click enter again. So just escape, click enter to escape, cancel the command. We've gotten this. So now we want to. I don't need all this extra circle that I've created here. I want to emulate them. I don't need them anymore. So we'll go to this trim. Go to trim, pick trim, highlight everything. You can see. Then after highlighting, you right click. You start picking parts that is not needed. Or that is not needed. Pick it. So now start picking that. Pick this. Make the sign. This. Make this. So edit. Click enter. Pick this and this. It's not needed, so erase it. So this is what we got. So now we need the line from this point to this point. Go click line. Pick this point because the end point to this point. You click enter to go back to the line command. Click it again. Click enter. Click on enter again. Line to this point. Click enter again. This line. This point. now we need a straight line from this point to this point, so we'll click on line, pick it from this point, click enter, this point. So that's what we got. So we've gotten our octagon in a square. This is an octagon in a square. It has six sides. 1, 2, you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 8 sides. Sorry, octagon 6. 8 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Thank you.